Good afternoon and welcome to Ostersund in Sweden for the World Para Ice Hockey Paralympic Winter Games Qualification Tournament 2017. We are just moments away from the curtain raiser in this one here, as it will be Czech Republic in red against Slovakia in white and blue. Just 3 places are available for the 5 teams competing this week to secure their ticket to PyeongChang 2018, the Paralympic Winter Games, which starts in just 151 days' time. 5 teams have already qualified from the World Championships in South Korea earlier on this year in April. Which 3 will be joining them? That is the question that will be answered over the course of the next 6 days. And very much a mouth-watering prospect here as well between the Czech Republic and Slovakia. Czech Republic are the champions of the World Championship B pool that took place last year in Japan. They won every game and did not concede a goal in the process either. And they are taking on Slovakia in white and blue, who, it has to be said, they do have a bit of a friendly rivalry with. Of course, very much a local affair between these two, but Slovakia have modelled their para ice hockey programme in the last few years on what the Czech Republic have done oh so successfully over the course of the last decade or so. And Slovakia got a bronze medal in the B Pool World Championships, and they will certainly be fancying themselves as the dark horses coming into this one. So we are very much all set for the start of this week's tournament, and it promised us to be such a close one as well. Any one of the 5 have just as good opportunity of finishing in the top 3 as the rest. Czech Republic, favourites in my eyes, based on their performance at the B Pool World Championships, but they will certainly meet their match today in Slovakia. These two did meet in that B Pool World Championship in Japan last year, and it was the Czech Republic who reigned supreme with a scoreline of 3-0 in their favour. So both sets of players just lining up on the edge of their own defensive zones before we move on to the national anthems here, and the 2 captains as well, just making their way to the officials. Captain of Slovakia today is Peter Stitt, who is a 43-year-old and also the financial manager of the team as well. I'm sure he'll be looking forward to the opportunity of just going out there and playing over the course of the next 45 minutes rather than worrying about any administrative affairs. And captain for the Czech Republic is Zdeněk Strafanek, the number 24. He captained the team to gold in Japan last year. Can he captain his team to a 3rd successive Winter Paralympic Games? So the officials just shaking hands with both benches on the far side. The Czech Republic bench to the right of halfway. You can see the Czech Republic flags there as well, draped over the back of the glass benches. And Slovakia to the left. And indeed, it'll be those 2 ends which both sides will be defending at the start of this one. Puck drop just seconds away now. Slovakia against the Czech Republic on day 1 here of these World Para Ice Hockey Paralympic Winter Games Qualification Tournament. And we are off and underway. So much optimism around the 5 teams taking part. 2 of them will agonisingly miss out. And an early offside call here against Slovakia. Means we will have a puck drop in the neutral zone. That puck drop there just as tightly contested as the first one right at the start of this match. Both teams certainly up for this one, epitomised as well by that crashing challenge on the near board as well. Neither side managing to gain a feel of the puck yet, but that can change now. It's Kubesh. Nice offload on the overlap down this near side, and Geyer. Geyer's looking for an option inside, may go alone. Angle against him, but he still fires it into the crease, and it's an effort that squirms along the goal line. Very close indeed from David Moshka, who just couldn't get sufficient contact on the puck to divert it goalwards. And it just trickled just short of the line. Good early opportunity for the Czech Republic. Come forward again now as well. This time it's Raul, and an effort comes in from him. Goes wide of the post. Tails up at the moment for Yuri Britz's men. And another effort going in towards goal, initially blocked, and it's scrambling around and eventually put into the back of the net. First blood in this one to the reigning B-Pool World Champions, and it is Zdeněk Šafranek with the goal. Captain Fantastic coming up with the goods here as well. And with just over 90 seconds gone in this one, it is the Czech Republic that leads. Slovakia 0, Czech Republic 1. And what an explosive start that has been for Yuri Briza's side. We saw a couple of moments ago the effort that just rolled across the goal line. That almost broke the deadlock. But Czech Republic, just moments later, managing to make it count, and perseverance was certainly the order of that goal as well. Some manful defending from the Slovakian backline and a big clash in the centre as well. I expect a few more of those over the course of this match. Of course, the game played out over 3/4 of 15 minutes. Should the game end as a draw, both teams will get a point and will go to overtime. First effort of the game from Slovakia, courtesy of Marian Ligda, but that was easy pickings for the Czech Republic goaltender there, Michal Verpenka. Well, what a fantastic start. If the rest of this week's tournament manages to live up to the billing we've had in the first 2 minutes, now in for an absolute corker over the course of the next 6 days here in Ostersund. And with this tournament, it is a round-robin format. Each of the 5 teams will play each other once, and there is no knockout stages after that. It is quite simply the top 3 in the pool come Saturday night will be going to the Paralympic Winter Games next year in PyeongChang. Already qualifying for that tournament, Canada, who won the World Championships in the Republic of Korea in April. The United States will be joining them, of course, as will the host nation as well, alongside Norway and Italy. Another big collision on the far side. And of course, if you are watching this live stream and are new to para ice hockey, you may be familiar with regular formats of ice hockey. Well, believe me, the physical nature of this sport is absolutely no different. And once again, another couple of crunches flying in the corner. As game's still quite cagey. Slovakia have not managed to engineer the sort of response they would have liked to. Trying to come away with it now is Ferencik. Just dumps it in towards the opposition half, but Czech Republic so far haven't been troubled defensively. They may be now, however. This is promising from Staszak, but coming across very well indeed was Raul. Almighty tussle for possession all over the ice, and it's no surprise at all. A lot of these players especially the Slovakians, who have never been to a Paralympic Winter Games, are definitely eyeing up this week as the biggest games of their life. But it's a fantastic start from Czech Republic, who double their advantage just over the 4-minute mark and hitting the back of the net that time around was the superb strike. I think it was Klima who got the strike on goal there. In fact, it was actually Pavel Kubek. And the Czech Republic storming away at the start of this game. Slovakia 0, Czech Republic 2. Well, this already a bit of a long way back from Slovakia, who are tipped at the start to be potential dark horses in this tournament. The dark horses have been very slow out of the paddock so far. Habel struggling to get that one away, just manages to flick it away with the right blade, and the attack is now on for Czech Republic, who are licking their lips and fancying another one here. This is Kubek, but the offside call is made by the linesman there, just ghosting in front of him was Mikael Gehr. Just get the sense that Slovakia haven't yet settled into this contest, and of course the scoreline shows that, but not really had a spell of possession yet that can give them room for optimism. And the Czech Republic just seems to be that yard quicker across the ice, and they're getting onto the loose puck very well indeed. And as soon as they get possession, their focus turns to the opposition goal. Heavy collision between the two Slovakians there. Stitt and Ferencik. A bit of promise, Herbeck just managing to get the vital interception midway inside his defensive zone. Slovakia with a bit of territorial advantage here, but they gift away possession, and even if they had kept the puck there, the offside arm was raised by the linesman on the far side. And that one goes the moment why they are the world champions. But one win may be enough for some of these teams to actually get into the top three. However, the ranking in the qualification tournament will play a bearing as to which group the qualifying teams are put into. Once again, a relentless battle for possession, but it is the Czech Republic who come out on top. Habel just testing his radar there, firing one in towards the backboard. Pressure still on in Czech Republic's favour. And again, quick to lose puck, lovely play as well. Habel just couldn't get good contact on that one, and good defending from Slovakia. Czech Republic outnumbering their Eastern European opponents in the centre of the rink, and it will be slight cause for concern. Diggs, and that has a double impact on the game. One is that the sticks are used sort of like skis to propel the skaters forward, and also enables some great ambidextrous dribbling as well. You can be canninging the puck under your sledge from your left stick onto your right stick Makes for some wonderful solo trickery. And the Czech Republic certainly maximising the two sticks early on in this contest. Just under 7 minutes remaining of this first period. And it is the Czech Republic leading by 2-0, and it could be more. A deflected effort over from Kurička, who's had a couple of good efforts in the last 2 moments. Now, a bit of respite for the Slovakian backline. And a dump in towards the backboard there from Joppa will be picked up. Now Stashak tries to offload it, but once again it's a red jersey, quick on the scene. And the Czech Republic looking so good at the moment. Always a bit of pressure when you're in the first game of a tournament. You've got to set your stall out early. You've got to show the other teams, not just the one you're against on the ice, but also those that'll be watching on as well to come in future days, exactly what you're about, and exactly how good a team you can be. And this is a massive signal of intent from the Czech Republic. Easy catch that by the Slovakian goaltender, Edward Lepacek. The one interesting thing about the Czech Republic is the fact that not only were they so good offensively in the Beeple World Championships, defensively they did not concede a goal. And if they carry on with this sort of attacking potency over the course of the next 5 or 6 days, then the remaining 4 teams have every reason to be worried. Slovakia being restricted to just shots from range, trying to cause a few issues for Vapenka in the Czech Republic net. At the moment, he's unbeaten, and Gaia could make it even better for Czech Republic here, and he's denied by the post. Wonderful play from Gaia, who bared down on goal. The chance is still alive, and a good save coming in from Lepacek. But once again, Slovakia just trying to wave away the Czech Republic storm. A wonderful run from Gaia, bursting down the centre, and once again using that ambidextrous skill with the 2 sticks, controlling it with the right, moving it to the left, and just couldn't quite wrap the blade around it to be able to put it on target and rub further salt into the Slovakian wounds. So face off here in the centre. Stashak looks as if he's just about come out on top. These face-offs have been very tightly contested so far, but it's not the first puck where Slovakia are losing out. It's that loose puck afterwards. It's the red jersey that is there first, and Slovakians just need to find that extra edge from somewhere to be that little bit quicker and make sure it's their sticks on the end of the puck and not those of a Czech Republic persuasion. Czech Republic bench on the far side looking very confident at the moment, but they are hungry for more goals here. Of course, if teams are tied in the pool at the end of the allotted 5 fixtures each, then it goes down to goal difference. So peppering the opponent's goal certainly will be a key feature of this week, which is fantastic for the neutral, but if you're a goaltender over the course of the next 5 or 6 days here in Ostersund, I do feel for you. We face off in the attacking zone as far as Czech Republic are concerned. They have under 4 minutes to get a third on what has been a flawless first period from them so far. If they do get one before the end of the first period, they'll have matched the scoreline they beat Slovakia by in the preliminary round of the B-Pool World Championships last year. Slovakia just beginning to get a bit of a handle on this one now, and they're looking threatening, but slightly loose behind. Ligdak just couldn't bring it under his spell. And early Czech Republic nerves, if there were any, certainly quashed by them first couple of goals. As for Slovakia, haven't quite settled into this one yet. No real rhythm has been orchestrated. Almost chasing shadows at the back, but all credit to Jiri Briza's side. Another face-off now to be had in the Slovakia defensive zone. Going in here, Miroslav Staszak of Slovakia, the number 7, against Peter Stitz. Once again, Czech Republic, quick to lose puck. It's a nice offload on the overlap as well. And they have numbers forward here, Czech Republic looking very threatening. It's a good save once again, courtesy of Lepacek. He's been kept very busy so far in this contest, and his work is not out yet in this first period. Lovely bit of approach play from the Czech Republic there. So good with the one-touch passing. David Palat was the one trying to put another nail in the Slovakian coffin. It could be done here by Raul, and it's just hit wide. Still going around the crease. And Slovakia will just be thankful here they've got to the halfway line, still intact. Bit of a collision off the puck on the near side between Joppa and Karichka. But it's good opportunity for Staszak as he went through there, almost unnoticed, but denied from Verpenka. There's a shot from distance, a lot easier that time around for Verpenka, who could just gleefully claim it in his left glove. More like it though from Slovakia, bit of pressure for them in opposition territory. Not long left at all of this first period, and if Slovakia can manage to hit the back of the net in the remaining minute or so, that will definitely throw the cat in amongst the pigeons. Calm approach play again from Czech Republic. Habel, nice stick handling. And it's found it's all the way through, and a third goal is scored, registered by Pavel Kubaš, who made no mistake when in acres of room around the hash mark, and he just slots it past the despairing glove of Eduard Lapacek. And what a super first period it has been for Czech Republic. Exactly what coach Jiri Briza would have wanted from his side. And inside the first 15 minutes, they have replicated the total they amassed against Slovakia in the B-Pool World Championships last year. They won that one 3-0 after 45 minutes. And in a third of the time, they are already that far ahead. Safranek has managed to find a little window of opportunity. Karichka, can he try and secure an offload? The answer is no. Good pressure coming in from Ferencik. And Slovakia just dump it long forward. We'll have too much on that. The icing call is made. And the Czech Republic team, as I say, gold in Japan last year. They had a point to prove there, the first time they'd ever been outside of the A pool of the World Championships. They were back with a bang in Japan last year. And they are continuing on the same note already this afternoon in Ostersund. Eager for more is Krupčík. Slovakia have men back. And it will be Bečarek to come away with it, not without pressure once again. And the horn sounds for the end of the first period. And what a cracking start from the Czech Republic. 3 goals up after the first 15 minutes. It's been a relentless first period from them. A goal inside the first 90 seconds, really setting them on their way, and they have not looked back since. It's been a tough first period for Eduard Lepeček in the Slovakian goal, but the score after the first 15 minutes here at the Ostersund Arena is Slovakia 0, Czech Republic 3. and eventually put in. Well, definitely eyeing up this week as the biggest games of their life, but it's a fantastic start from Czech Republic, who double their advantage. Reaches at the biggest games of their life, but it's a fantastic start from Czech Republic. Again, from Czech Republic, Habel, nice stick handling. And he's found it all the way through, and a third goal is scored. Right. And he's found it all the way through, and a third goal is scored for Yuri Britz's men. And another effort going in towards goal, initially blocked, and it's scrambling around, and eventually put in. Going in towards goal, initially blocked, and it's scrambling around, and eventually put in. Well, definitely eyeing up this week as the biggest games of their life, but it's a fantastic start from Czech Republic, who double their advantage. Reaches at the biggest games of their life, but it's a fantastic start from Czech Republic. Again, from Czech Republic, Habel, nice stick handling. And he's found it all the way through, and a third goal is scored. Right. And he's found it all the way through, and a third goal is scored for Yuri Britz's men. And another effort going in towards goal, initially blocked, and it's scrambling around, and eventually put in. Going in towards goal, initially blocked, and it's scrambling around, and eventually put in. Well, definitely eyeing up this week as the biggest games of their life, but it's a fantastic start from Czech Republic, who double their advantage. Reaches at the biggest games of their life, but it's a fantastic start from Czech Republic. Again, from Czech Republic, Habel, nice stick handling. And he's found it all the way through, and a third goal is scored. Right. And he's found it all the way through, and a third goal is scored for Yuri Britz's men. And another effort going in towards goal, initially blocked, and it's scrambling around, and eventually put in. Going in towards goal, initially blocked, and it's scrambling around, and eventually put in. Well, definitely eyeing up this week as the biggest games of their life, but it's a fantastic start from Czech Republic, who double their advantage. Reaches at the biggest games of their life, but it's a fantastic start from Czech Republic. Again, from Czech Republic, Habel, nice stick handling. And he's found it all the way through, and a third goal is scored. Right. And he's found it all the way through, and a third goal is scored. Welcome back to the Ostersund Arena here in Sweden. First day coverage of the World Para Ice Hockey Paralympic Winter Games qualification tournament. Slovakia against the Czech Republic. And after the first 15 minutes, it is the Czech Republic in red on that far side, leading by 3-0. A lot of work to be done then for the Slovakians, who just didn't really seem to get out the traps quite as quick as their Eastern European rivals. And Yuri Britz's Czech Republic side certainly made them pay for that. A brace from Pavel Kubek and Zdeněk Šafranek also on the scoreline as well. So we're just moments away from the start of the second period here. Don't forget, you can get in touch with us on Twitter if you're a first-time viewer of Para Ice Hockey, or you just want to know how the whole qualification process works for the Winter Paralympic Games in the Republic of Korea next year. Let us know. At Para Ice Hockey is where you want to be, and the hashtag is Ostersund 2017. Make sure you do get in touch with us with any questions you've got, and we'll do our best to answer them as and when we get them. Czech Republic certainly asked a lot of questions in the first period towards Slovakia, and unfortunately for the goaltender of Slovakia, Edward Lepacek, couldn't quite provide the answers on all occasions. But that being said, he did make some very important saves to keep the score down at 3. So both teams have swapped sides. Czech Republic going from left to right in this second period, Slovakia right to left. And this second set of 15 minutes are underway, and already the Czech Republic trying to start the second period just like they did the first. Gaia, very brisk across the ice, slightly got the puck stuck there around the back of the net, so he couldn't quite go around with the flow he would have liked. Kubek keeps the puck in the attacking zone, finds it into a dangerous area, and it's just gone behind the blade there of Matichka, who was looking very threatening indeed. And Lepacek can gratefully grasp in his crease to deny the Czech Republic another sighter on goal. The outfield changes for both teams. Just making sure that the full roster have warm blades out there on the ice. Czech Republic winning the face-off. Everyone up inside the attacking zone. Slovakia just trying to suffocate the Czech Republic at the moment in the centre of that third. And they managed to succeed that time around. Puck still alive in the Czech Republic offensive zone. Great tenacious play from Karichka, who tries to turn it inside, and the shot comes away from Palat. Again denied by Lepacek, who has had a very busy Monday afternoon here in Ostersund so far. So a face-off in Slovakian territory. Habel just managed to squeeze it through. The loose puck won by Czech Republic. And it's still scrambling around. Bodies on the line stuff there from Lepacek in the Slovakian goal. Just managed to beat it away. Slovakia clear their lines, and they have a respite momentarily. Kubek steers it towards the near side. Habel beaten by Gergely. And again, physicality of this game has not waned at all from either side as this first half has wore on. Kubek, nice ball inside, but it was picked off nicely indeed by Forstik. There's a relentless feel about Czech Republic. The pace of the game never seems to dwindle, and their foot is very firmly on the gas at the moment. And it has yielded its rewards as well. Herbeck committed to that one, missed it. Trying to get in behind there was Stasak, but he's beaten out by Raul. Here's Palat, just spotted the surge in front of him from Karichka, who was offside. And so he retreated inside the neutral zone, allowing the puck to still be live now in the centre. Well, just laid out on his front at the moment, manages to get back upright on his sledge. And now an attack is on from Karichka. Ambitious from him, just trying to test Lepacek there, who got the puck stuck in between his leg pads and just about manages to find it. So this second period so far, the first 3 minutes of it, very much like the first 15 in terms of Czech Republic enjoying a lot of possession of the puck. However, Slovakia have held very firm thus far. Cheap release of possession, and Gear just couldn't find the right side of the post there. Just wide of that top corner. Wonderful bit of stick handling from Habel, assesses his options and fitted it across. Unfortunate not to find a red jersey. Although I doubt anyone would be able to control the puck flying at them at that sort of speed. Matichka. Good interception from Joppa. Finds a simple release as well for Stitt. Pass forward is loose and Habel is there first. And the net easily guarded there by Michal Vapenka, who I think, making that save, sort of laid down on his side there, more or less sums up his first 20 minutes of this game. He's had very little to do, and he's been quite relaxed indeed in the Czech Republic goal. Of course, you cannot get complacent. And just one Slovakia goal could begin to make things interesting. Another bit of pressure there on Vapenka's crease. Once again, he comes out on top. And I mentioned the friendly rivalry between these two teams at the start, if there is such thing. But Slovakia very much view the Czech Republic as a model to follow. And Slovakia are well aware if they can match the progress that the Czech Republic have made in the last decade or so, then they are certainly on the way to future success in the world of para ice hockey. It is a sport that is very much developing in a lot of countries around the world. And Slovakia, a good example of that. The Czech Republic are very much an established name in this sport. And they are using this tournament to once again strengthen their grip in the world of para ice hockey and to show everyone they should be in the world's elite. And this play is absolutely superb, nodded away by the helmet of Lepacek in the Slovakian goal. Very much improvised save from him. But the way the Czech Republic just knock the puck around the hash mark area is delightful to watch. They create gaps that don't seem to be apparent on the naked eye. It's a loose pass though, defensively, a rare error. Slovakia almost pouncing on it as well. Heavy collision coming in on the far side near the hash mark. It was Marian Ligda on the wrong side of Dovijal's physicality. So from Forstek, still going Forstek. He's got a couple of red shirts in front of him. He's trying to get the puck through, and eventually the left glove of Mikhail Vapenka in the Czech Republic goal denies any wrongdoing there from a Czech Republic perspective. So 6 minutes gone in the second period, as you were from the first period in terms of the scoreline. 3-0 to the Czech Republic, favourites to qualify for next year's Winter Paralympic Games. But it's one thing having the form and having the players on paper that tip you to be favourites to get through. You've actually got to go out there on the ice and show everybody what you're made of. They've done that so far. Good play from Vapenka. Sweeper keeper, if you like, there, coming out of his crease just to knock it away. Now Geyer, keen to get on the end of this one. Does so as well just before the goal line. Does really well, in fact, and pulls it back, and Habel just didn't have the room to construct a shot. Still has it, does Habel, but the puck made a strong connection to the back ball, which meant Slovakia had the room to clear their lines. Matichka finding Geyer, who was just trying to get in position there. Didn't have his eyes on the puck, but managed to control it just in time. One good thing about this game so far, there's been a lot of clashes of bodies between both sets of players, but we are yet to have a penalty for either side, which highlights it's been firm, but very much fair. Now, the flurry forward this from Stashak. Kubesh, very strong indeed, and just glides away with ease to set up the counter charge. Geyer get there first again. Good bit of pressure coming in, but it won't deter Geyer too much. It's a lovely pass back as well for Kubesh, and it's a deflection on it that takes it away from the goal of That clearance forward there will be comfortably met by Vapenka. Here come the Czech Republic, pressing the reset button and firing up another charge forward. Ose unfortuitously helping out that Czech Republic attack there, just offloading it forward. Just to get back and momentarily clear, but Šafranek, real chance, and it's another goal for the Czech Republic. Šafranek, second of the game. He matches the tally of his fellow teammate Pavel Kubek. And Slovakia had held very much firm in this second period so far, but their resistance broken from a lapse in concentration. I'm not too sure what was going through the mind of Edward Lepacek there. He just seemed to lose complete direction of the puck, and it could not have been a simpler finish for Zdeněk Šafranek. And the Czech Republic captain just adding a further dashing of ice onto what is a very impressive cake at the moment for Jiri Breeze's side. You want to start strong in a tournament like this with so much at stake. They've done that and then some. They've got the goals to show for it on a very comfortable buffer here now. Slovakia 0, Czech Republic 4.
Czech Republic 4-0.
And the frustrating thing for Radoslav Bielka, the Slovakia head coach, is that it's made pretty easy for the Czech Republic to get that. The previous 3 goals had very much been earned, but that was a complete lack of concentration at the back. Edward Lepacek, who's had a wonderful game. He's had shots fired at him left, right and centre. He's managed to divert them away with his glove stick and even his helmet as well. But just seemed to lose complete sighting of where the puck was. He may be distracted by information coming from the bench on the far side, or he may have thought that the puck had zipped away to a different part of the ice. Either way, it gifted the opportunity for Zdeněk Šafranek. And it's a very handsome scoreline indeed as we go into the final 6 minutes of this second period. Don't forget, we do have another game coming up today as well. 5 o'clock local, 3 o'clock local time. That is 2 o'clock British summer time, and it will see Germany look to go out there and sort of gain back some pride after a very underwhelming World Championships in Korea earlier this year. They take on Japan, who are silver medalists from the B Pool World Championships, which of course they hosted so fantastically as well last year. But Japan, Germany, and also the host nation Sweden as well will be slightly concerned by this Czech Republic performance. We all know they are good, but they have shown us today a new level of good of the Czech Republic. And they seem to have their mojo back after a difficult couple of years, dropping out of the A pool, and they are keen to get right back in amongst the elites in the para ice hockey world. Kubek. Strong challenge coming in from Stitt. Abel just calms things down in the neutral zone and lets his offenceman retreat momentarily and get back on side. All cannons forward, and Matichka has a bit too much to do there, and Stitt can get it away, and it's a bit of a mistake courtesy of Dolezal, and a 2-on-1 hit in Slovakia's favour if they use it right. Bereček just had the puck agonisingly go in front of him. He manages to pull it back nonetheless for Stashak. His shot is blocked. And a brief worry there for the Czech Republic, a very uncharacteristic error. Sees them unscathed at the end of it.
I think.
So a icing call against the Czech Republic. We'll see everybody shifted into Czech Republic territory for this face-off. Has to be said that in the first period, Czech Republic was superb with possession, but Slovakia sort of had to part to play in that with the fact they were a bit too slow in picking up the loose puck. That's been addressed in this second period. They are managing to get on the end of the puck. They just haven't managed to do enough with it to be able to pose a real threat towards Michal Vapenka in the Czech Republic goal. This is Gergely, just living it off there to Fostik. Nice one too between Fostik and Ligda. Fostik, it's an ambitious one that goes wide of the far post. Game's gone a bit more balanced now, and that's encouraging for Slovakia. They've taken the sting out of Czech Republic tails. What venomous tails they have been in the first 27 minutes or so in this one. I do get the impression the way the game is going now at the moment is exactly the way that Slovakia wished the game had begun. Keep Czech Republic quiet and keep things tight in the centre. However, having said that, here come the Czech Republic once again. As fiery as ever in front of goal, and Lepacek managing to deny the bursting surge forward there of Zdeněk Šafranek, who's out there for a hat-trick. Zdeněk Šafranek, not only the captain of the national team, he also helped his side back in the Czech Republic to a Czech League title. SHK Lapslin, and there are incidentally 4 players from both sides who pay for Lapslin, so they'll know each other very well indeed, and I'm sure there'll be a few bragging rights directed in the way of Czech Republic at the end of this one. It's a testing one from Kubec there, but met with flying colours by Lepacek. Eduard Lepacek is a relatively young goaltender. 23 years old, a product of the 2015 youth camp that Slovakia set up. Once again, another initiative to try and broaden the strength of the Slovakian para ice hockey program. And Lepacek debutised in the 2016 People World Championships. And he, just like fellow goaltender Miroslav Shushka, will be hoping for quieter afternoons than this in the days to come here in Ostersund. Oh, really strong stuff that from Milos Vericek. Referee try not to get too involved there. One thing about para ice hockey is that it does have the resemblance of the regular hockey you may be more used to. It's still got that fast nature, it's still very physical, and it's got that high level of skill there as well, as I mentioned earlier with the ambidextrous stick handling. These players certainly have the tools they can operate with to show some top-class hockey. And the Czech Republic's scintillating play in the first period, certainly a good measure of that. Again, Slovakia holding firm. Done that a lot in this second period, but Palat's got room. Tries to pull it back for Kukichka. Well denied, not once, but twice there by Kardosh. Now is there a possible counter charge? Nice little flick away from Fostik, trying to find his teammate Večerek, but that comes to nothing. chance to build from the back once again. Slovakia struggling for space, but Czech Republic just making a couple of changes there towards the bench on the far side, which momentarily opened up a bit of ice in front of them. And then the horn sounds for the end of the second period. Well, that went by like an absolute flash. Much more encouraging from Slovakia. Czech Republic just adding one further goal to their impressive total here in game one, day one of these World Power Ice Hockey Paralympic Winter Games qualification tournament. Sednek Shafranek with the only goal in that second period. A frustrating goal to concede as well for Slovakia's point of view. Eduard Lepacek slightly going to sleep in his goal, which allowed Shafranek the room to bury home a Czech Republic fourth. So at the end of period two here in Ostersund, it's Slovakia 0, Czech Republic 4. Gaya too much, it's a lovely pass back as well for Kubash, and it's a deflection forward. Just to get back and momentarily clear, but Shafranek real chance, and it's another goal. To get back and momentarily clear, but Shafranek real chance, and it's a show everyone they should be in the world's elite, and this play is absolutely superb. Does really well, in fact, and pulls it back, and Habel just didn't have the room, but it won't deter Gaya too much. It's a lovely pass back as well for Kubash, and it's a deflection forward. Just to get back and momentarily clear, but Shafranek real chance, and it's another goal. To get back and momentarily clear, but Shafranek real chance, and it's another goal. Show everyone they should be in the world's elite, and this play is absolutely superb. Does really well, in fact, and pulls it back, and Habel just didn't have the room, but it won't deter Gaya too much. It's a lovely pass back as well for Kubash, and it's a deflection forward. Just to get back and momentarily clear, but Shafranek real chance, and it's another goal. To get back and momentarily clear, but Shafranek real chance, and it's another goal. Show everyone they should be in the world's elite, and this play is absolutely superb. Does really well, in fact, and pulls it back, and Habel just didn't have the room, but it won't deter Gaya too much. It's a lovely pass back as well for Kubash, and it's a deflection forward. Just to get back and momentarily clear, but Shafranek real chance, and it's another goal. To get back and momentarily clear, but Shafranek real chance, and it's another goal. Show everyone they should be in the world's elite, and this play is absolutely superb. Does really well, in fact, and pulls it back, and Habel just didn't have the room, but it won't deter Gaya too much. It's a lovely pass back as well for Kubash, and it's a deflection forward. Just to get back and momentarily clear, but Shafranek real chance, and it's another goal. To get back and momentarily clear, but Shafranek real chance, and it's another goal. Show everyone they should be in the world's elite, and this play is absolutely superb. Does really well, in fact, and pulls it back, and Habel just didn't have the room, but it won't deter Gaya too much. It's a lovely pass back as well for Kubash, and it's a deflection forward. Just to get back and momentarily clear, but Shafranek real chance, and it's another goal. To get back and momentarily clear, but Shafranek real chance, and it's another goal. Show everyone they should be in the world's elite, and this play is absolutely superb. Does really well, in fact, and pulls it back, and Habel just didn't have the room, but it won't deter Gaya too much. It's a lovely pass back as well for Kubash, and it's a deflection forward. Just to get back and momentarily clear, but Shafranek real chance, and it's another goal. To get back and momentarily clear, but Shafranek real chance, and it's another goal. Show everyone they should be in the world's elite, and this play is absolutely superb. Does really well, in fact, and pulls it back, and Habel just didn't have the room, but it won't deter Geyer too much. It's a lovely pass back as well for Kubash, and it's a deflection forward. Just to get back and momentarily clear, but Shapranek real chance, and it's another goal. To get back and momentarily clear, but Shapranek real chance, and it's another goal. Show everyone they should be in the world's elite, and this play is absolutely superb. Does really well, in fact, and pulls it back, and Habel just didn't have the room, but it won't deter Geyer too much. It's a lovely pass back as well for Kubash, and it's a deflection forward. Just to get back and momentarily clear, but Shapranek real chance, and it's another goal. To get back and momentarily clear, but Shapranek real chance, and it's another goal. Show everyone they should be in the world's elite, and this play is absolutely superb. Does really well, in fact, and pulls it back, and Habel just didn't have the room, but it won't deter Geyer too much. It's a lovely pass back as well for Kubash, and it's a deflection forward. Just to get back and momentarily clear, but Shapranek real chance, and it's another goal. To get back and momentarily clear, but Shapranek real chance, and it's another goal. Show everyone they should be in the world's elite, and this play is absolutely superb. Does really well, in fact, and pulls it back, and Habel just didn't have the room, but it won't deter Geyer too much. It's a lovely pass back as well for Kubash, and it's a deflection forward. Just to get back and momentarily clear, but Shapranek real chance, and it's another goal. To get back and momentarily clear, but Shapranek real chance, and it's another goal. Show everyone they should be in the world's elite, and this play is absolutely superb. Does really well, in fact, and pulls it back, and Habel just didn't have the room, but it won't deter Geyer too much. It's a lovely pass back as well for Kubash, and it's a deflection forward. Just to get back and momentarily clear, but Shapranek real chance, and it's another goal. To get back and momentarily clear, but Shapranek real chance, and it's another goal. Show everyone they should be in the world's elite, and this play is absolutely superb. Does really well, in fact, and pulls it back, and Habel just didn't have the room, but it won't deter Geyer too much. Good afternoon and welcome back to the Ostersund Arena here in Sweden. 2 periods down, 1 to go in Game 1, Day 1 of the World Para Ice Hockey Paralympic Winter Games Qualification Tournament. Slovakia against the Czech Republic, and it is the latter leading by 4-0. A brace from Pavel Kubek, and also a brace as well from captain Zdeněk Šafranek. So it's been a wonderful first half an hour to this match for Jiří Bříza's men, who are just in the top right of your screen there in the huddle. Morale certainly high in their ranks, not just because of today's scoreline, but also they come in to these qualification tournament as B-Pool World Champions. Of course, 5 teams have already qualified for next year's Paralympic Winter Games, courtesy of the World Championships earlier on this year in Gangneung in the Republic of Korea. So 3 teams this week will join Canada, United States, the Republic of Korea, Norway and Italy at the 2018 Paralympic Winter Games. Well, Joppa there just in the centre, slightly losing the flow of the ice. He's laughing about it with his teammate Stasiak. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come in the third period. A good second period from Slovakia has slightly ironed out the dents created from the first 15 minutes. But certainly a long, long way to go for Slovakia to get their way back into this one. Joppa, he's not fooling around this time, and the shot comes in. It was on target from a tight angle. Topenka just prodded it away with a combination of helmet and glove, and maybe the stick was thrown in there as well. Good positive start from Slovakia, who certainly at the back end of that second period had their tails up, who were keeping their Eastern European rivals quiet. They just need to have that little bit extra in front of goal. Stasiak fires one behind the net. Puck still alive in Czech Republic territory, but it's well marshalled away, and Gea picks up the loose puck. He's not allowed any room to manoeuvre at all by Kardoš, so reverts back instead for Dolizhal. Kubek just firing one in towards the backboard and finding a bit of room now as well. Nice movement once again from the Czech Republic. Very good play indeed. Habel couldn't bring it under control. Otherwise, that would have been a super goal from the Czech Republic had he managed to fire that one into the back of Edward Lepacek's net. 2-1 collision on the far side. And faring out on top was Slovakia in the end, with possession now behind their own goal line. Such a fast-paced tempo to this match. And the complexion of this game, particularly over the last 10 minutes, including a large chunk of the second period, has gone the way that I sort of expected. It will be a very tight competition this week, not just with the teams on show, but also with what's at stake. None of these teams will be wanting to give the other an inch. Unfortunately for Slovakia, a poor start from them looks to have been their downfall in this game. But the first few minutes of this period, a very tight affair indeed. Don't forget, there is a game at 3 o'clock local time on the live stream when Germany will be taking to the rink for the first time to take on Japan. That's 2 o'clock British summertime, and it would be a pleasure to have you alongside us for that one. And don't forget as well, any questions you've got about not just qualification for the Paralympic Winter Games in PyeongChang next year, but it may just be about the sport of para ice hockey as a whole. Make sure you get in touch with us at Para Ice Hockey is the Twitter handle, and the hashtag is Ostersund 2017. Any questions you've got, fire them our way, and we will respond to you as quickly as possible. I do hope if you're watching this for the first time that you're very much enjoying yourself. Para ice hockey, a sport that very much has the sort of trends that your regular hockey may have. It's still quick, it's still physical, and there's still a lot of skill on show as well. Great stick handling, orchestrated due to the 2 sticks used by the skaters. A bit extra skill very much high on the agenda. There's Ligda. Tries to find a bit of room to fire one in and cause a few problems for Vapenka. Another strong collision at the back, but still a lot of physical play, but no penalties, which I think just goes to show the good nature which this game has been played in. Of course, minor penalties resulting in the offender to sit in the box for 2 minutes. No one's had to do that as of yet. And of course, it's a hostile rivalry between these two in terms of location, but there's a lot of respect between the Slovakian programme and the Czech Republican programme as well. Kubek just wide. First real sighter in this final period. Czech Republic still knocking on the door. Dolezal. 3 red shirts up there as well. Just tries to prod it back gently into the crease and pose a few questions. And gathered up by Lepacek in his goal mouth. Will thwart the Czech Republic attack for now, but we will have a face-off in Slovakian territory. Change in the outfield completely from the Czech Republic. A few changes in personnel as well from Slovakia. Both coaches making sure they utilise the strength in depth they have in their rosters. It's a busy schedule this week, and the players have got to be firing on all cylinders. Joppa trying to get the Slovakian cylinder to fire a killer blow. Great work from him, and he put it back into a good area as well, but the man in the centre couldn't quite get his bearings right. Here's Raul. Nice flick off the right stick to go onto the left and then get it away. Krupchka slightly lost track of the puck there. And Stick will gather up the loose pickings at the other end. Support from Joppa. Confidence is apparent now for Slovakia, something that was heavily lacking in the first period, and I think that's what's cost them. They've got room here as well. This would really boost the confidence. Good turn of pace from Klima. Trying to use that upper body strength of propelling himself forward to the puck, but he's lost out. Real chance for Slovakia to open their account, and what a save that was from Michal Vapenka. You can hear the bangs from the Czech Republic players on the bench just hitting the glass board in appreciation of that stop there. It was a 2-on-1 for Slovakia that, for all the world, it looked as if they were going to hit home. They failed to, and Czech Republic look as if they're going to keep their clean sheet. Meanwhile, there's a bit of concern in the centre here. There's a man on his back, just trying to work out who exactly it is there. A bit of an innocuous collision inside the Slovakian defensive zone. I think it might be Zdeněk Krupicka, who certainly is a player that wears his heart on his sleeve. He's bombed around the ice all the way through the first 2/3 and a bit of this match. Now, make no bones about it, the physical nature of this game is one particular thing that lures these players into being involved. And at Krupicka gets a well-earned round of applause there as he just gets back into an upright position. His helmet's off. I think his game may be up as well. But I'm pretty sure with the speed in which he managed to get back onto his blades, he will be able to continue for the rest of the week. The officials just making sure that both sides have a full complement here, and we can resume with a face-off. Won by Slovakia. And a potential charge forward here from Forstig. Slightly outnumbered on this near side, but still does well to fire one into a dangerous area. Very meaty challenge coming in from Gergely. And the puck flying around at the moment like a pinball machine. PyeongChang just prodding it forward for Forstig. Turns nicely and tries to release someone in a white and blue shirt down this near side. Havel ruined that plan, however. Gergely keeping things alive. Slovakia moving the ball, or the puck should I say, with an intent and purpose that they have struggled to conjure for large chunks of the match. But they are certainly getting better and better as time goes on, and if they do get a goal, it will be deserved, particularly due to the fact that they missed such a good opportunity a few moments ago. But that was all down to the brilliance of Michal Vapenka. And the big thing as well for the Czech Republic goaltender is the fact that he's not had much to do so far in this game. The most difficult thing he had to do before that was lay down on his side and just let the puck hit his shins. He's had a fairly relaxed afternoon, but when called upon, and he certainly was called upon there, he came up trumps. And it means that the Czech Republic still not conceded a goal at the major tournament in the last 12 months. Be very impressive indeed if they can manage to maintain that sort of form this week. Now an attack is on. And it's a really good one as well. Pallet fired it across. Man in red coming in was Geyer. Couldn't quite get his bearings on point. Szafranek just waiting for his teammates to try and get back on side, but he was closed down quickly by Staszak, so had to fire it away. And here is Staszak now, just trying to keep up with the pace of the puck. Nice continuation there from Slovakia, keeping things alive. And then possession is lost, and an icing call will be made. Puck beaten away from Zdeněk Klima, and there's a trio. Also say a group of four of Zdeněks in the Czech Republic side. You've got Havel, Klima, Grubčka, and Szafranek as well. The awesome foursome, and certainly 4 is the magic number for the Czech Republic. 4-0 up, very comfortable buffer indeed. Slovakia have battled hard in the second half of this game to make sure it doesn't get any worse, but Krikicka's got other ideas and he slams one in right towards the face area there of Lepacek, and then a little bit of a scuffle. Nothing wrong doing, however. And I'm surprised that Krikicka is back on the ice. Of course, he went off a few moments ago, and he was very keen there to come back with a bang. Stinging effort. Lepacek did very well indeed, and sensible from the officials there and also teammates as well to make sure that very minor scuffle didn't materialise into anything unsavoury. It would not have been a fair reflection on the game, and punishment's been distributed there. But a good advert for para ice hockey, this first game of the Paralympic Winter Games Qualification Tournament. And don't forget, more action to come today as well. Germany v Japan, 3 o'clock local time, that's 2 o'clock British summer time. Very much hope you join us for that. And the host nation Sweden kick off tomorrow at 12 o'clock local time, which is 11 o'clock in the morning British summertime. 5 teams coming into this tournament, all with the same goal, but most of them on the different strands of form as well. Czech Republic riding a very high wave at the moment. Slovakia trying to bring them back down to earth, but for all their efforts and endeavour, it doesn't look as if it's going to yield a goal. Mikhail Verpenka, the Czech Republic goaltender, very much to thank for that. A couple of Slovakians offside there at that pass forward, so Czech Republic comfortably deal with that and slam it away. Klima should comfortably deal with this, does so as well. Glides past the first challenge, runs into the second, however, which was Rouse. And then Rouse just batters into his own teammate there, Ligda. And a stick goes flying. Pichka. And we are going to have a penalty against Slovakia here. The first of the game as well. Referee Joachim Samuelsson putting his whistle to his lips there, and the man making way, the guilty party, is Erik Forstik, the number 30, who comes to the box on the near side. And the man operating the box on the near side has had a very quiet afternoon so far. First penalty of the game, and it's with 4 minutes to go, so a man advantage for the Czech Republic. Can they put a 5th past Edward Lapacek? Shot comes in low, goes wide. In fact, at the moment, in goal is Miroslav Paščka of Slovakia. Change between the two goaltenders there. And there's a man on his back as well behind the net for Czech Republic. Heavy contact being made between a couple of players. And looks like treatment will be issued as well. So a busy few minutes for the medic. Does look as if the player in question is back upright once more behind the goal away to the left, just trying to catch his number. It's quite a difficult task with the netting in the way. Hopefully, whoever it is will be fit to continue. Zdeněk Krpička has already suffered one nasty looking injury, but he's managed to continue in this game, and hopefully the same will happen here as well. So we'll wait and find out what comes from this, because we have a couple of medics on the ice now, and also a paramedic too, so perhaps this is slightly worse than we first suspected. But if you think of the nature of these players, the fact they're playing para ice hockey in the first place, and a lot of them are in para sport due to injuries suffered. Some doing hobbies they enjoy, some very innocuous, fatal accidents, but it has never deterred any of them. And they've put on a great game of para ice hockey so far. And in fact, it is actually Zdeněk Krpička who has certainly been in the battles in this one, and he's going to depart the exit away to my left in the corner of the rink. So he suffered one blow to the head, did Krpička. It seems like the second one there is the knockout blow. And he doesn't look in a very good way either. I very much hope he'll be okay to be back here later on this week. He's fought back once. Hopefully he'll be able to again. And he's been an important player for the Czech Republic today. It's been a good team performance, but he's certainly one individual that deserves a mention. Dolishal just trying to work some room and bide a bit of time there to allow his offenceman to get back on side. Eventually it pays off. Kubek is the one storming down the near side. Havel now moving on to the loose puck. Heavy collision between him and Stitt. Puck's going to roll through here to Motichka. Pulls back to the blue line, and he just wanted to keep the puck alive in opposition territory momentarily. That worked out, but it didn't for long because Slovakia get it up the other end. Of course, still on that penalty, so no icing there after hitting that puck over the goal line. Slovakia with the player short. So far, it's not caused them any problems, but Kubek determined to change that. He fires it in towards the near post. The clearance isn't great. A shot that then comes in, courtesy of, I think that was Gia. They're still alive. Here's Gia. Bit of room. Czech Republic just taking the sting out of this one slightly as Gia slams one there, and it's tipped over by Miroslav Pashuka and into the netting just above the glass cage behind the goal. So a new puck is required to the ice, and we have just over 2 minutes left of this third period. Czech Republic doing the damage in the first 15 minutes. 3 goals, 2 from Kubek, 1 from Shafranak, and the latter doubled his tally in the second period. And that is how we are where we are at the moment with the scores. A message of intent from the Czech Republic, but Slovakia have stepped it up several gears as the game has wore on. Besharek, bit of room here for Legda. Just couldn't quite get the pace towards the hash mark there to have momentum to get the shot away. Still quite a bit of power on that towards Vapenka's goal, but the Czech Republic goaltender equal to it, held on to it as well. So a face-off is in the offing now in Czech Republic territory. Slovakia just in the last few seconds now of their penalty kill. And they are back to 5-all. So both teams have a full complement. Just the one penalty in a game between two big rivals, but as I said at the start, certainly a game built up between two friendly rivals. Loads of respect between these two nations in the world of para ice hockey, as is the case with all the countries present, not just here this week in Ostersund, but also at events all over the world in this great sport. And a great goal from Czech Republic to cap off what has been a super day for them on day number 1. Fight home by Pavel Kubek. Make that goal number 3 of the day for him. Seemed to come out of absolutely nothing. Gea's layoff, and Kubek did not hold back at all. Nothing that Pashuka could do to stop that one as it nestled into the bottom corner of the net. And it is a fantastic 5 from the Czech Republic. Slovakia 0, Czech Republic 5. And the ironic thing about that goal as well is it comes just moments after Slovakia managed to ride the penalty storm, get a full complement back, and then as soon as they do that, they ship in a fifth, but it was a very good fifth as well from Kubek. Perhaps disappointment from a Slovakia perspective that he had so much room. But Kubek making no mistake. So 60 seconds remaining. Can Slovakia get one back for themselves? There's a slid pass there from Corman, number 22, the man with no name. The only one on the ice who doesn't have his name on his back. Almost got his name onto the score sheet there, but easy pickings for Vapenka, who's had a very good afternoon indeed. Just gets a fingertip on the end of that one. Didn't really get the purchase he would have liked, but still his teammates can repel the danger for now. Joppa trying to get the give and go. Pass was not really in the position he would have liked there. And the Czech Republic ferociously come forward, trying to get another. Not just tenacious off the puck on the Czech Republic, but very much competitive on it as well. And it's that sort of aggressive play that has enabled them to exercise their dominance and secure the 5-goal total that they have amassed this afternoon. They've set out the benchmark, the Czech Republic. They're looking very good indeed. They've overcome Slovakia by 5-0, and as the final hooter sounds, it is down now to Germany and Japan in around an hour's time to come up with an answer to that explosive performance from the reigning B pool world champions. It's a brace for Zdeněk Šafranek and a hat-trick as well for Pavel Kubek, who indeed is the player of the game for the Czech Republic, which will be, of course, announced in a few moments' time. Bit of a spoiler for you there. We'll have to wait and find out who it is from Slovakia. So both sets of players shaking hands with each other. Of course, a mix of emotions on either side of your screen there. The Czech Republic players very much jubilant and buoyed by not just the performance but the scoreline as well. As for Slovakia, they can't be too disheartened by that. A couple of good periods to finish off with puts them in good stead for the remainder of the week. So, of course, the dignitaries taking place now.
Please rise if you can for national anthem, Czech Republic.
For the winning national anthem, Czech Republic. Well, they call that the infinity shot, and it looked as if in the first period of this game that the Czech Republic would get an infinite amount of goals. They were out the traps like an absolute flash.
Number 29, Czech Republic, Pavel Kubek.
Courtesy, very much so, of this man's goals. 3 for Pavel Kubek, who is announced player of the match for the Czech Republic. Big smile on his face, very much reflects the whole mood of the Czech Republic camp at the moment. Very much riding high after the B Pool World Championship success last year in Japan. And it's the sort of form they've continued with here as well. And the bronze medalist from that tournament certainly had a good half an hour to finish off with in this game. Very much undone by the early sucker punches. And the player of the game for Slovakia is Martin Joppa, the number 25.
And the prizes are handed over by PyeongChang.
Martin Joppa, just 20 years of age, and he made his first appearance in that bronze medal winning campaign in Japan almost a year ago now. So as I said beforehand, very much a mutual respect between these two sides, and it finishes off with a few handshakes and fist pumps as well in what has been a very good curtain raiser here in Ostersund for these World Para Ice Hockey Paralympic Winter Qualification Tournament. Czech Republic very much seem to be the team to beat so far. Game one of day one out of the way. Slovakia 0, Czech Republic 5. And there's certainly much more to whet your appetite as well, and for you to fulfill your para ice hockey fix. 3 o'clock local time, Germany take to the rink to take on Japan. Of course, Japan's silver medalists from that B-Pool World Championships on their own patch last year. So just over an hour until that one gets underway. But for now, we'll say goodbye from myself, Jonathan Bell, and we hope you've enjoyed this game, and we'll be back in an hour's time as well. Germany v Japan up next. For now, Slovakia 0, Czech Republic 5.